This is Luke's Dreamworld, Inspiration Wednesday, part 78. Hey everybody, welcome back. I would like to start with a quote, but the thing is, it's quite a long quote and I have to explain why I took this topic. Because exactly a week ago I was talking about some inspiration I had from some TV series. But it seems that I have pronounced a bit of the titles wrong, because I talked about the Power of the Rings, and that's a series that doesn't exist. It's the Rings of Power, and it's a series based on the book of the Lord of the Rings. The Similitarian, I'm not sure about the title, so I better don't pronounce it. But hey, who am I? I make mistakes and it's fine with me. I did this topic a few times, and all the times I was making the same mistake. So hopefully I will be able to pronounce the titles right. So I was talking about the Rings of Power. It's a series on Amazon. And I'm inspired by it because I think it's great. It looks great. It's a very expensive series. It's gonna cost about $1 billion to create, and I've seen some of the episodes. It's like the Lord of the Rings, and it's about a fantasy story. It's about the 1,000 years before the story of the Lord of the Rings books. Peter Jackson is not involved in this series, and probably because I don't know, but I guess the Tolkien family has some envy about the fact that Tolkien had sold the rights on the books, the Lord of the Rings books, for about $100,000 in the 60s because he needed money. And Jackson created 6 movies, and they were all blockbusters, and the box office was more than billions. So a lot of people made a lot of money on the creation of Tolkien, and I guess they didn't really like it. There's also a fact that Peter Jackson has used some different characters, or he changed the story a bit to make it a bit better for the movies. I'm not sure what he changed, but it's about some of the characters. He left some out, and he gave some other characters a more role. But the fact is, now we have the series and Peter Jackson is not involved. They have some new producers. The first episode costed about $460 million because they had to build the whole surrounding. They filmed it in New Zealand. The next series will be filmed in England. Not sure why, but I'm very curious. Those series just have a few episodes. They take about 1 hour, but the series of the Power, there I go again. The Rings of Power, I can change it now. The Rings of Power will have about 8 episodes. So we'll see a story, a fantasy story about elves, about Middle-earth, about orcs and all kinds of fantasy figures. And it will be 8 episodes long. And I wondered, because I was talking about the Lord of the Ring, and I talked about Power of the Ring, and I know that's the wrong title. It says the Rings of Power, and I wondered what's going on, because I thought the story was about the ring, a ring. But it seems that, and I have read the books and I've seen the films, that I missed something, or because it's a long time ago, I forgot about the rings. So I have a quote about those rings from the Lord of the Rings, and I will read it. 3 rings for elven kings under the sky, 7 for the dwarf lords, in their halls of stone. 9 for mortal men doomed to die. 1 for the Dark Lord on his dark throne, in the land of Mordor where the shadow lie. 1 ring to rule them. 1 ring to rule them all. 1 ring to find them. 1 ring to bring them all, and in the darkness bind them, in the land of Mordor where the shadows lie. And I told you it's the quote from The Lord of the Rings. Well, if you like fantasy and you like a series, you can see it on Prime from Amazon and see the series The Rings of Power. And that's what I wanted to correct, because I pronounced some titles wrong. I also talked about House of the Dragons, I guess, and it's House of Dragon. It's a new series as well, and it's from the Game of Thrones creator George R.R. Martin. And those series are inspiring me, and that's why I told you this on this Inspirational Wednesday, and I hope to see you tomorrow on the Life Hack Thursday. See you there. Bye.